welcome back to another review and feedback with me, Ritho. Hi, friends. This is a TVP where the player who has submitted this has a 29% win ratio in the matchup. And so we're going to go ahead and go right into it. I know it's been a while, but I wanted to kind of get us there and cover the game and make it so we're able to get maybe the second one in. In the lower left-hand corner, we have in the red, iTzOver. And in the upper right-hand corner, we have Keithic, TTV, or Keithic, I think. I don't know how to say that. Is it Keith IC? No, Keithic. It's got to be Keithic. Starting out nice and strong with the perfect timing of a supply depot. Grabbing all of the workers, doing all the things. Protoss on the other side, knowing that it is a Terran they're facing, looks to be setting themselves up. Ooh, that's not quite what I was expecting, because the Protoss here has not done anything to block the Reaper jump. They've just sort of kind of left it open. That being said, the new meta kind of leans into that a little bit. Both players sending out a worker to scout. This is pretty standard for the matchup. As the Terran, you don't necessarily have to scout, because what you do is you just control this area. This is a very, very, very large map. Normal for a large map. That's what you kind of see. Making sure that the assimilator didn't get stolen. That's a good call. Getting the cybernetics core out is very quickly. It's a good call. Making sure you have your nexus down because it's such a long map is a good call. That SCV should have probably pulled back as it was leaving the base and just kind of hanging out. I don't know if I would have done the same. Reaper going in, getting a nice peek at what he sees. Sees a stalker. You need to get your Reaper out. You either can pick off a probe or get out. Generally speaking, you want to get out as fast as you can. You don't want to give that stalker as many shots as possible. You just want to hang out, make it so that you can use that Reaper again. That stalker's probably going to chase out to the middle. It's always goofy there. Good defense with the stalker. Usually you'll see an adept if you're going to see starport. So there's a Twilight Council, as I said. This is my first time seeing it, just a good guess. Bunker is a little bit too far forward. You want your bunker so that when he runs by, that you are protecting your ramp. So if he sends like a zealot, 2 zealots and 2 stalkers, that you're still able to keep your wall alive and protect and all that kind of stuff. I do like the Reaper going back in, checking to see what's up. Seeing that it is 3-gate and Twilight Council means you're going to have a lot of pressure. You need to get a tank ASAP. Get your tech lab out. Tech lab. Nope, tech lab. We need tank. So, the reason you want a tank is stalkers do not fare super well against tanks. Especially if you use your buildings, your SimCity, in a way that makes it so when they leap in, that you have your tank behind it and you can get your SCVs to repair it. This positioning is kind of weak because of the fact that you're giving them a ton of space to jump in. They can jump in here, they can jump in here, they can jump in here. Obviously, they have to run through the main here, but you're seeing a jump in over here and a jump in over here, very similarly to other games. That tank sitting right around here-ish, maybe a little bit further back, like right here-ish, with the production in front of it, makes it so that you have a lot of coverage and some protection. Now, you are doing a Widowmine drop, which is a great choice. Let's see how the Protoss is ready to catch it. This is one of those game-ending moves that can occur. If your opponent is not ready for it, they can lose the game immediately, especially if they don't pull. That was really, really good reaction. I think you were literally looking at that when that happened. Point being is that if you get in and kill like half these, even if you get like 6, it's devastating for the Protoss. Same within the natural. But this Protoss was very ready for it. Like iTzOver is like, I'm ending this harass before it happens. Another route you can go, obviously there is now an observer, but if you had gone through the front, a lot of people don't expect that. They expect you to go along the edge because so many players do the edge. If you just flown it right through in the middle here, you'd have been perfectly fine, I think. Maybe even and you just drop one here, go up here, drop the other, and then head on out. In the route that you're taking right now, this, you might get some damage done. That is weird. Okay. Why in the fuck are all these stalkers moving here when he does ignite afterburners? That is weird. And then the macros falling behind. Now, mind you, this is 3,300 or 4,300 MMR, give or take a little bit. So, like, this is just weird timing. Either they got really lucky or they're seeing something. Observer going across, scouting. Raven in a good spot to see it. Runs away. But, like, these stalkers are... That's really interesting. I'm very surprised that they were in that position. Okay. Get the medevac out. Okay. Yeah, you just get the medevac out. Okay. Oop. Aha! Nice. I like the dodge for the stalker shot. That was very interesting positionally. I wouldn't have grabbed both of them. I would have kept one of them and then unburrowed and reburrowed when you started to target a stalker, just to be annoying, and then gone elsewhere, like gotten out and just left the one of mine. Annoying, but good call. You need a third. Where's your third? Oh, it's already built. Just get on location. That OBS needs to die, but that orbital needs to be out like now. I do like your composition. I do not like the lack of tanks, especially since you know it's a stalker-heavy army. Like the fact that you know it's a stalker-heavy army and you're not like positioning. Also, you have your medevac here. You want to attack on the other side from where your medevac is. That way, when you go into the fight, pulls his army away from here. You can drop your Widow Mines. You like a hit, pull back, hit, pull back, hit, pull back. And as he pulls his army to go defend it, you get your Widow Mine drop off. That being said, yeah, now you're doing that just really a lot later than would be nice. I don't know if this wall is necessary. I would do like here, 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 here kind of thing. Like you don't need to. This is very far out, and you're not protecting yourself terribly well here. It's really long distance for your SCVs to come over and repair, all that kind of stuff. You also are kind of pressuring, and you don't have a huge army, and he's already got defense there. I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would push here. F2'd. Can't F2. You just lost 2 medevacs, and that's not good. Time to pull this army back. Yeah, they got OBS. You know they have OBS. Ooh, and jump on it. No. You needed to jump on that. You got that beauty Raven missile. Has no armor. Time to hit. You're maxed out. Produce more production. Send a medevac worth of Marauders and Marines each over there. Focus down. Focus down. Focus down. Focus down. Focus down. It's a dance, and you're not really dancing. You're just sort of kind of letting him go after you. Your ghosts are EMP. Like, there's a lot of energy options here. You need to pull back that army. That army's really hurt. I like the ghost shots. The ghost shots are really good. But, like, a move, so your medevacs are healing, versus moving. You need everything at, like, full health. Oof. Yeah, at this point he's just got a higher tech army, and you need to pull some boys here. Come on over. You could have gotten in the bunker. Tank was chilling. You need to, if you're F2ing, grab the tank, pull it back. Also, I don't know what that tank, I mean, the tank should be over here if you're going to have that tank, right? Because if they're going to attack with stalkers and stuff, you need to be right around here to make it so that you can attack them while they're breaking your wall. More Vikings, but you kind of knew that. I mean, all right, so let's kind of go back a little bit here. Your pressure failed, which is okay. It always happens. Like, there's games where you go, I have this medevac and I have this thing going on, and I tried, they stopped me. You got 0 worker kills. Okay, no big deal. That's not a problem. You maxed out faster than he did by a pretty decent amount. And you attacked the most well-defended location, hoping he would attack into you. Like, you could have easily taken half, like, 2 medevacs, 8 Marines, 4 Marauders, dropped over here, and then A moved into his natural while you were pressuring over here. So he has to make the decision, or the split, which is hard to do, of defending his natural or defending his third, and having the right composition in both locations. And then you can bait him into attacking your superior position. And I wouldn't have gone, you were positioned way up here. If we go back, if we go forward rather, I think it was like 7 minutes-ish. 8, a little bit later than that. Okay, so things that we talked about during the game. This army needs to be on the opposite side of wherever this is. So the reason being is you want to be able to pressure wherever you're going to pressure, and then you want to be able to sneak it in. You're going to build that concave, attack with like 3 Marauders and two or 3 Marines. Attack him. Like, literally just attack him and pull back to your army. While he's managing that, because you just said A, and then you click on one thing, or you click out there, or you like move forward and then move back. You don't even have to do a damage engage. While he's dealing with that annoyance, that's when you do this. I'm not good at this, so I understand it's not an easy skill to master. Just, you got to think about how can you use your opponent's resources in a negative fashion for them. Specifically, you have attention, you have a plan, and you're going to use their attention to exploit that resource that is limited. Paying attention. If you can get the medevac drop in here while poking over here, they have to make a decision. Defend here or defend here. And if you're doing it at the same time, or roughly the same time, or you're like poking in and then running away, they're going to want to respond in Diamond 3. Remember, this is Diamond 3. 3,200, 3,300. They're going to only be able to defend one location. So you're going to be able to pull this apart with these two medevac, with this medevac, with the mortar mines, and force him over here, and then he'll pull his attention over here, and then you can pull whatever part of his army that he's not paying attention to into your concave. That would be totally powerful. Your concave was too far away, right? You were way, way, way up here. If we zoom, I think it was about a minute and a half, 9-ish minutes. You're at 130 supply, he's at 100 supply. This means that you need to be engaging them. You need to be hitting them. It means your macro is good. It means that your timing is good. It means that you need to just be punching them in the throat, because they are behind by 60 supply right now. If you had just straight up attacked here, just keep doing it, and then not screwed up the medevac there, this whole army, come forward with it. Make sure that this, attack. You're at 200 supply. He's at 128. You have a bigger army. You have a more powerful army. You've wasted all his shield battery. This is you squandering the game right here. 200 supply at a 150. This is you squandering the game. You're about to have your upgrade done. 1-1. Yeah, he has 2-1. 2-2-0-1, whatever. But, like, how should I... This supply difference is not worth +1 difference. You should attack. You have the superior army. Burrow these boys immediately. Engage. Attack. Don't dance. Just A-move into them. You have a much bigger army. You're trying to dance, and if you had just A-moved into him, you probably would have won. Instead, you dropped off 40 supply, and he's chasing you down, And the high-tech units are the ones that survived, and now you're fighting with weak army. Like, had you just let your units repair here, you might have been okay. Now you're on even supply. You didn't refill the bunker. You didn't... There's just like a lot of little tiny things. The Vikings really did a good job of focusing down one. But yeah, like, there's just a lot of little tiny things. But like that 60 supply lead that you had, you just needed to attack after you dunked on that shield battery's energy. I don't think he would have used the energy recharge on it. And if he did, you just pull back a little bit. You don't need to go really far. You just need to get him to engage here while you have the bigger concave here. And that medevac needs to be on a different control group so that you could have dropped this while doing this. So that way, when you get in a situation where you're like this, your reinforcements will be able to replace it and you'd have been fine. When you max out, you also need to increase your production, right? You have right now 5 racks, 1 factory, and 2 starports. Okay, starport, whatever, but you should be on like 6 or 8 racks, probably 8, and you should be pumping Marauders really hard and Ghosts really hard. Like, if you had, imagine if you had 20 more Marauders, or not 20, yeah, 20 more Marauders. This is joke. This is over. This army is dead. Obviously, you were doing supply stuff. Like, you can't do much more. But imagine if you even had 8 more Marauders, right? Because if you had 8 barracks with, okay, so 6 Marauders and 2 Marines, that game is over. So let's go into chatting, right? The things that I would probably say you need to improve upon is ensuring that you have, when you have the advantage, take it. You had a very big advantage. You had the army size, all that kind of stuff, and you didn't fight him. You danced around. You kind of let him do whatever. You got yourself in trouble. You need to separate your army groups when you're doing 2 different control groups on 2 different sides of the bases, and you need to have them kind of hit at the same time. Medevac in, drops, do some like attack in with your army, pull back the army, get the medevac out, right? Who cares if you lose those 2 Minowines? That's fine, whatever. After that, take the medevac, send it home, grab 4 Marauders, 8 Marines, and another medevac, and then hit from a different angle while defending, like, just kind of keeping your opponent busy with the army. Don't lose your army, obviously. It's one of those kind of things where when you hit maxed out, it's time to produce your production. You're going to have a lot of money. If you had 4 more barracks, 5 more barracks, that your reinforcements would have been enough to be able to fight off what your opponent was hitting you with at the end there. And you had the air superiority easily. He didn't have enough stalkers to kill all your Vikings and stuff, especially if you had kept the bunker and whatnot. So, not bad. You did okay. The other bit is that your build is been figured out. Widowmine Drop has been around for a long time. And people, when they scout it or know it's coming or don't even know it's coming, will set themselves up to be able to handle that build because it's so devastating. And so switching out your build to something like a three rack factory with that produces siege tanks, especially since you know, in that instance, the one that you just saw, you know your opponent is going Blinkstalker because you saw the Twilight Council, you saw the 3-gate, you saw the number of gas, you saw that he was on a second base, you saw that he had a lot of stalkers. You knew he had like 8 stalkers. At that point, you need tanks. A lot of them, right? Because he doesn't care about Widowmines at all against that army. It doesn't matter to him. Tanks would have been much better. The other bit, your third was a tiny bit slow. You saw me going like, where's your third? I know you had it finished. I'm just saying like moving it out a little bit earlier, moving out a little bit faster. You'd have been able to max out a little bit quicker and then have that extra production and have that extra income and have those extra units when you tapped out. Towards the end, when your opponent counterattacked, you didn't pull the boys. I would have pulled the boys. especially from the other base. So if you'd like come from the natural and your third and squished him, kept your Marauders alive, you could have won that. You could have survived that. If you watch some of the GMs play that stream, obviously you have a Twitch TV name, so you probably stream yourself. If you watch other GM level players that play Terran that stream, Up a Tree, Marine King, or oh my god, why am I the German? I can't think of his name. Why Hero Marine? There you go. Etc. Right? Like you look at those players and you kind of watch them and see what they're doing in a TVP. I haven't seen a Widow Mine from them in a long time. I haven't seen. They're like complaining that they have to defend constantly, and you're being aggressive because you're able to do stuff. You were doing great. So I just think it's just that killer instinct isn't quite there. You'll get there, but it's not quite there. As for Protoss, some of your engages, I was like, I didn't know you were gonna. I thought you were gonna lose. Thankfully, your opponent decided to let you kind of do your thing, and then you didn't use any of your chrono. You had so much chrono, so much. Use it to build more probies faster. You would have been closer to his army supply, instead of having a 200 Terran versus your 120, 140 Protoss. You could have had 170-ish with the same tech level, just a larger army and everything. So, like, think about how you use your chrono a little bit. And then you needed more gates. Your gate count was way low. That's why you had so much resources hanging out a lot of the time when you weren't even supply capped and you weren't maxed out. So, that all being said, wonderful games. I have one more from this player. I will definitely talk about it next time. Thank you for posting your stuff on the All Things Terran subreddit. I had just popped it up to make sure I got it right. And I'll get you another game out here shortly. Thank you so much, and hope you'll have a good day, and I'll see you next time.